Hey everyone, welcome. In the last video I showed you this server. It's from a friend of mine. Now in that video we also found out that it's really an old server by modern standards. The controller is from 2007 and therefore the possibility is that the hard drives we have here, 3 terabyte hard drives, won't be recognized as 3 terabyte hard drives, and he wants to use it as a backup server. At the time of shooting that video I didn't know what operating system he wanted on this server. Turns out he wants omv-extras. I guessed it a little bit because his main server we also did a video about is running omv-extras. We have for this server capacity of 16 hard drives. It will be SATA hard drives. You see in front of me 3 terabyte ones. So that will give him a total capacity of 48 terabytes. 2 hard drives can fill in our configuration as it is in front of me, and he will still have all his data. So yeah, that will be the configuration we want to do today. Now I have done some test runs with this server and I can confirm it's working. So that's really nice. But I also found out that this controller doesn't support hard drives larger than 750 gigabytes. At the moment. That is because I found some firmware. Now this server doesn't have an IPMI interface, so I could install a graphics card, record it with an HDMI recorder. Yeah, that turned out not to be working so great. So we're going to do it old-fashioned, and by that I mean I'm going to record it with my phone. Eventually, when we have omv-extras installed, we can of course pick it up with our computer through the web interface. So yeah, the steps we're going to have to do today is see if we can flash the firmware on that RAID controller. Yeah, there is firmware you can flash from MS-DOS, and with Rufus you can easily create a bootable USB stick. So with that I'm a bit more familiar, but we'll have to see how that turns out. If we successfully flash the firmware on the server, then we can do the clean installation of omv-extras, and then we're gonna create a USB installer for that. After that we're gonna create an array, and after that we're gonna transfer a couple of movies over or something big so we can measure the network speeds. Once that is complete, we will probably configure this with something like Wake on LAN. Haven't figured that out yet. I don't exactly know how he wants to integrate this server in his home lab, but I will discuss that with him. Now the reason that this video was not created earlier is because I waited on some stuff I got on Amazon, and that's this, because these hard drives have to be screwed in place in the caddies of this server. And that will be done with these screws, and I didn't have enough of those, so I ordered a couple of them and a couple of cables for my other servers, so we can continue with that as well. Really nice. I got them in finally, and so now we can get started with our small project. If it all goes well, we have a working server by the end of this video. As you can see in the background, this is the firmware that I've downloaded for this RAID controller, and the one that's in this server next to me is the 9650 SE. So if we open this, now on top we can see the release notes. Now if we open that, we can see products release notes for this controller from LSI, and if we scroll down somewhere here, it says support for hard drives larger than 4 terabytes. So this gives me good hope that these hard drives next to me will work in the server, and therefore we want to try this. Now we have a flash.exe, then we have 2 image files, below that we have 2 bat files, and we will need the one on top, the 9650.bat, and then we have versions, and well, operating system supported, yeah, okay. But no instructions on how to install it. So yeah, we're just gonna dive straight in and see how that goes. Yeah, there you can see 750 gigabyte, and we want to see 3 terabyte there. Now I've installed one hard drive just to test that out, and afterwards we can install all the hard drives. We have a A5310. That will be the CPU that is installed in the server. It's a quad-core CPU. We want to boot from the one on top. Hey, we have DOS. So now we need to run the up9650.bat. This program will upgrade your firmware storage controller board flash ROM. That's what we want to do. This process should not be interrupted. There's a phone in front of the screen, so it's a bit hard to read now. This entire process will take about 1 to 3 minutes. Do we wish to continue? Yes, please. Well, that's the current version. We wish to continue? Yes. Okay is good. So let's see, the controller will now take up to 35 seconds to reset. We'll have to wait it out, I guess. Now we don't need the RAID capacity of this controller. We create our RAID with a soft RAID in omv-extras. So we're gonna create a RAID 6 array there. Your firmware storage controller board is now upgraded and ready. Important, your PC must be powered down before all changes will take effect. Remember to remove the floppy before rebooting. Well, the floppy in this case is just a USB thumb drive, but okay. We're gonna do that and see what it does. Hey, look at that. 2.72 terabytes. Well, that will mean 3 terabytes. So that was successful. Now. Oh, better. So we're gonna install all these hard drives into these caddies. We're gonna power it up again. And I think we're good to go to install omv-extras. Let's do that. Now you can see there we have our 17th drive, and that will be the cold spare in this case, because we only have 16 drive bays. I have installed 15 green drives into the caddies and 1 red drive, so it will be a bit of a mix. But for a backup server, I think we're good. Yeah. So back at my computer, let's close this one, and we have omv-extras right here. So we're gonna download the one on top, 5.5.11, and we will go with this one on top. Yes, save. We're gonna save it in this folder. Yes. So then we're gonna open up Rufus. Let's get it over here. Yes. 30 gigabyte, that is our USB thumb drive. So we're gonna select our ISO file, and that will be in this folder, and that will be the omv-extras, that one. Yes. FAT32, that's fine. 30 gig. No, I don't want to update now. Yes, everything is good. Okay, write in ISO image mode. Yes, please. Yes, all data will be erased, I know. So it's done. Close this one. Eject our USB drive. Thank you. There we have it. So now we can continue our journey. All our hard drives. It's good to know. And that will be this one on top. Open Media Vault. Install, yes. United States, it's fine. American English, yes. One of these is our Ethernet 1 connection. I'm just going with the one on top. This server only has 2 Ethernet connections, so succeeded. Hostname omv-extras, it's fine for now. Domain name local, fine by me. Root password, yes. Loading additional components. Yes. More than one storage device has been detected. And I can't read anything. Please ensure that you select the device. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna select the SSD for the installation. And that will be this one. Yes, 120 gigabyte. Now, why do we want to do that? Because the 120 gigabyte SSD that's still in the server. Why changes to disk? Yes. Because the SSD that's still in the server, is a Kingston SV400 or something like that, and it's a 120 gigabyte SSD, and these SSDs nowadays don't cost that much anymore. So you can install it on a USB drive, for example, something like this, or on an SSD. Then I prefer the SSD. It's way faster than the USB drive, and they don't cost that much. That's why we go with the SSD. And well, it's not my SSD, so I couldn't care less. Debian archive, mirror country. Can we set this to the Netherlands? Yes, there we go. That's fine. And no proxy, nope. Installation complete. Okay. Make sure to remove the installation media so that you won't boot. Yes, we know that. Thank you. Continue. Okay, boot. That will be, this is the SSD IDE too. So it's recognized as IDE. Yeah, well, that's fine by me. Exit, save changes. Yes. And now we should be good to go. So this is our newly created Open Media Vault server. Let's see, Open Media Vault. No, thank you. Okay, so this is still a clean installation. And first we're gonna drop to the disks and see what it does. So this is not what we want to see. No. We want to see all our hard drives right here. So I think we have to configure our LSI controller. So we're gonna do a reboot and hopefully we can just pass them through as disks. Yeah, that's basically what we want to do. We don't want to create a RAID array on this old controller. No, we want to manage it from Open Media Vault. So we're gonna do a reboot and yeah, see what we can do. Yes. Okay, so this is our LSI controller, our 3-ware BIOS manager. Yeah, okay. And these are all the hard drives. Now, I was unable to find any firmware that allowed us to flash this into IT mode, so through HBA mode. So I guess GBOT is the only thing we have left with this controller right now. Yeah, I'm not very pleased with that, and it is set to no. Yeah. I'm gonna make this yes. I'm gonna set this to yes. Yeah, like that. And then yeah. This is what we want. Yes. Okay. We want to commit. Yes. And then hopefully this will work. Okay. F8 done. Save changes. Yes. Okay. Let's refresh this. Reload. Admin. Open Media Vault. Fingers crossed. So it's nice to know that all our hard drives are recognized. You can see it here, 18 drives. One of them is the SSD and one of them is the USB stick that is still plugged in into the server. So at first we're gonna change the user credentials. Yeah. Because the web interface uses admin and Open Media Vault, and yeah, we don't want that. So we're gonna start at the top, general settings. On port 80, well, for now that's fine. Web administrator password and new password. Gonna change this. This will be the one that says apply to all. Apply. Yeah, not now. No, okay. Hostname Open Media Vault, domain name local, and we'll just leave it as it is for now. It's not all that important. Interface, it's on DHCP. That's what we want. Yes. Come to notification. We can just configure a mail account right here, and it will send us notifications if there are updates or updates installed. If it has done a check, we get all notifications on mail. Maybe he wants to use it. I don't know. And the same goes for this. Smart status. Yeah, all those notifications, you can check them. I think we will just leave all of this for now. Scheduled jobs and power management. Maybe we will use this to power down the server. I haven't discussed it with him. But I think he wants to power on the server at a specific time. Every day or every week. And when the backup is done from his main server, he wants to put the server to sleep again, or power it off even, all the way. But for now we will leave this, but I think we get back to this in the next video, probably. So we want to go to update management, because we have quite a lot of stuff we can update. And we're going to check them all. Let's check for new updates. Yes, and we're going to install them. Now, installing updates on this SSD is of course way faster than when we would have installed Open Media Vault on the USB drive. So for that alone, I would still use an SSD for that. Okay, so this one is done. Reload, yes please. Update management, check for updates. And now we are fully updated. Then we go to the next one, plugins. And do we want to install omv-extras already? Maybe we'll not use it because it's only a backup server. What are we gonna do? Let's see, SSH, we have SSH enabled. We have PuTTY. That should be our IP address. Login as root. Just gonna install it for him. So then we come to this tab. And here we can just copy this line. Copy, yes. We go back to PuTTY. We paste in this line. And we hit enter. I will also put the link to this you see in the background in the video description for you. Nice. So that's done. Then we go back to Open Media Vault. And now we scroll down. Just to make sure. And here you can see Open Media Vault omv-extras is installed. Yes. So, well, that's that, I guess. Let's refresh this, reload. Yeah, and now you can see it on the left side, omv-extras. We can also choose to go with testing repositories and extras repositories. We want that, save. And he can choose what he wants to do with that. Okay, yes. So with this out of the way, I think it's time to create a RAID array. So we go to RAID management. We're gonna hit create. RAID 6. We want RAID 6, yes. Yeah, minimum of 4. We select all the drives we want and all the 3 terabyte drives that will be. Create. Do you really want to create the RAID device? Yes, please. Please wait until the RAID has been initialized before creating a file system. And this will take some time. So I will probably pick this one up in the morning, I guess. Okay. Once this is done, we're gonna create our file system onto our newly created array. So we'll just let it finish and I will be back with you once this is done. So 36 hours have gone by. We're gonna log in and it should be ready by now. As I mentioned, it takes a really long time to do this. So RAID management and it is clean. So now we can actually create our file system on our RAID array. And we're gonna do that by clicking on file systems. We're gonna hit create. And it will be this one, 38 usable terabytes. Label will be backup. Now we can choose the file system, extended for, XFS. I'm going with BetterFS, yes. And we're gonna hit OK. Do you really want to format this device? All data on it will be deleted. Please note that the file system creation may take some time. So we're gonna hit yes. The file system creation has completed successfully. So it's online. So now we're gonna mount our file system. The configuration has been changed. You must apply. Yeah, the apply notifications. Yes. So 38 usable terabytes. And now we can actually create some shares. So we go to the left, we scroll down, we go to SMB. Workgroup, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna enable SMB settings. Enable home user home directories. That's not necessary for now. Gonna hit save. Yeah, so we go to shared folders. We hit add. And this will be test. Select the device, that will be this one. Path is test and the permissions will be administrators read write, users read write, others no access. We go with this one. Gonna hit save. So now we have our yes, apply. Now we have our shared folder and now we go back to SMB. We're gonna hit shares, click add. The folder will be our test folder we just created. Test, backup, yes. Public, no, set read only. We're gonna hit save. So now we should be good to go. Once we hit apply, once again. So last but not least, we're gonna create a user. Add. This will be me. The rest we leave at default. We hit save. And we have our user now. once we hit apply again. Yes. So now that we have our user, we can actually start copying some files over. So we're gonna go to Explorer, we're gonna connect to our NAS. We're gonna log in with a booby trap. And here we can see our test folder. So we're gonna copy this file, which is 6.2 gigabytes, to this folder just in the main test folder. Paste. And yeah, that looks promising. Yes, gigabit speeds. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, so yeah, it's not constantly hitting the gigabit speed mark of around 100 megabytes per second. But for a backup server, it is quite acceptable. Maybe it would be wise to upgrade this controller to a more recent one that can be flashed in IT mode. Otherwise, I think it would be smart to have a replacement of the controller that's currently in the server, that if this one fails, we can do the same configuration on another one. We haven't tested that, so I don't know what will happen if this controller fails and we have to export the configuration to another controller. If the whole RAID can be rebuilt, I honestly don't know. The other thing we have to discuss will be the backup functionality. Does he want this server to power on at a specific time, do its backup, power off again, because it will consume quite a lot of power with 16 of these hard drives. Now, if you have some ideas about this whole server setup and the backup configuration, please do share them. With that being said, I will leave the video at this. If you have any other comment suggestions, maybe some advice, you can leave them down in the comment section. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!